Hello, superfans. Welcome to Alberta News and Views and the Alberta Report podcast. After 10 years of liberal destruction, Mark Carney says it's Pierre Poilievre who is trying to take Canada down. You cannot make this up. Seriously, listen to Mark Carney.
You can only believe so much in the free market if you're a tenured professor at Chicago or you're a lifelong politician, right? And he just sort of worships in that world. He defaults to the same solutions all the time. And he's also, I honestly believe he disdains much about the country, much of what I just described, which to me, and I think to Canadians, is the nature of the country, he disdains. So he's been on this mantra for the last several years: Canada's broken, and Canada's broken because we're stupid. Okay, Canada's broken because we're stupid, and he finds an echo chamber with Jordan Peterson and other people who he sits down and talks with. So there's a disdain for the country that he envisions. It's pretty awkward for him now that the country's coming together in Canadian pride, and we're under attack by the very people that he's been cozying up to. So literally, as we speak, he's trying to find a Canadian flag to wrap himself in and play patriot.
Seriously.
Last refuge of a scoundrel. The last time I checked, if I know my American history, Anthony.
But you know what? Right now, it's working, and that's the thing that has people like me and Alistair and you concerned. So
it's not working though, because now it's being called out. We're in a position where, if I may, where the consequences of these attitudes are becoming apparent, and so we have what is an economic attack, economic force, to use the word of the president against Canada. A series of insults that we're the 51st state, and our prime minister is a governor, etc. And Canadians are looking for two things. Well, who's been defending the country and who's been running it down?
Exactly. Who is defending our country right now and who is running it down? Nobody ever asked Mark Carney, who has been in charge of Canada the last 10 years. How do we have a housing crisis, an education crisis, a healthcare crisis, a cost of living crisis? Crisis. You can't blame somebody that hasn't been in power for all of the problems that are happening in the country right now. Seriously, it doesn't matter how hard you try. Your guy, Justin Trudeau, was in charge. You were advising him. For all of you out there that don't know, the Liberal government misplaced, still unaccounted for, over $600 billion. This it's out of, these people are out of control. This is what I said yesterday. The elbows up shit needs to stop. You are not going to believe what Doug Ford did today. Check this out. He is under control. He's out of control. He needs to get under control.
Okay, so, we talk about companies, right? Lost your mind? Like, I think they're a few fries short of a Happy Meal, these people. They're sitting around absolutely just smug as they come. They're hurting Ontario residents. They're hurting the people that work at Crown Royal. So something, a message to the CEO in France: you hurt my people, I'm going to hurt you. You're going to feel the pain in February when these people don't have a paycheck. And I'm going to stand up for the people of Ontario. And I encourage all of Canadians, all of Ontarians, stand up for the people. Because you don't know if you're next. But the thing that ticks me off, I get it. I get that companies move back and forth. But what I don't get, when you're someone's largest customer in North America, you're going after the largest customer. You know something? I always say smart people aren't too smart, and you guys are about as dumb as a bag of hammers for doing this. So, you know something? I found a bottle, and I don't even drink, of Crown Royal, right? I see that Crown Royal. I saw it at home. So this is what I think about Crown Royal. That's what they could do. And I think everyone else should do the same thing. Start supporting companies that make whiskey here by Ontario people. That's what we need to do, is support each other. You know something? I'm going to make this even come out quicker because it's not coming out.
It's so embarrassing.
I know Mayor Barry wants to lie on the floor right now with his mouth open.
No thanks.
But no, I wish I could get this out coming out quicker, but also.
So buy Canadian, but don't buy Canadian. Crown Royal is known around the world as a Canadian whiskey, and to have Doug Ford dump it out like that on a company, a company that is probably thinking of moving more of its production south of the border, is a terrible, terrible thing, and insult them at the same time. I've been talking about this for months. Stop insulting your main customer. Crown Royal is made in Canada. Crown Royal is made in Gimli, Manitoba, Canada, at the Gimli Distillery. This facility, operated by Diageo, has been producing Crown Royal since 1969, using locally sourced grains and water from Lake Winnipeg. The distillery's location was chosen for its pure water and proximity to grain fields, ideal for crafting their signature blended whiskey. Now, you might be thinking, 1969, that's not very Canadian. Before 1969, Crown Royal was produced at the Waterloo Distillery in Waterloo, Ontario, Canada, Doug Ford's province. The brand was created in 1939 by Seagram, and the Waterloo facility was its original production site until the Gimli Distillery in Manitoba took over. And Doug Ford is telling Canadians to not buy Crown Royal, to dump it. Are you kidding me? He's got the woke mind virus from Ryan Garrettson. This is the Crown Royal Distillery in Gimli, Manitoba. It's a 360-acre property along Lake Winnipeg, housing 1.5 million barrels of whiskey and water houses covering 5 acres. It's the only place in the world making this product before it's shipped for bottling. Doug Ford just told all of Canada to dump it out and basically boycott them. Now, you can guarantee that this could happen in the United States, close to their customers, which is Texas, which is why they moved the bottling now to begin with. They want to be closer to their customers. They asked for it, they got it. Now, you can't tell me that they wouldn't move all of this to the United States, to Texas. Now, Doug Ford keeps on saying that the LCBO, Ontario, is their number one customer. That might be true per volume, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the dollar amount is there, especially because of the price of the American dollar buying the Canadian whiskey. Texas has a bigger economy than all of Canada, to put things into perspective for you. Poverty is going to teach Canadians a lesson. People don't understand how far behind Canada has become, especially in the last 3 years. They have no idea. Quebec declares Northvolt battery plant partnership dead. It loses $270 million in investment. The minister had earlier said Northvolt bankruptcy wouldn't affect Quebec plant. Well, it's dead now. And it's just like all the other green pet projects that come to Canada. They get a non-binding contract for $1 bazillion, and they get all of the money. They kind of put a few shovels in the ground, build something halfway, and then run out of money and then say, that's it. There's no business case for it. $270 million. We're constantly losing billions and billions. Here's a train that Japan built for $70 million. We've been talking about building a Green Line train from Edmonton to Calgary for at least 20 years. And they just cannot figure out how to do it.
さあ、富士
音が近
山。
づいてきた。今見えた。一瞬見えてきた。
Yeah. Yeah. Western Independence? Yeah, it just flew by. This thing goes 310 miles per hour. With Western Independence, we could build this train from Grant Prairie. We could build it anywhere because we would have so much money. Seriously. People have no idea where we could be because they are trapped in this elbows up bubble. Seriously, it is astounding what is going on in this country and how everything is just flipped on its head. Danielle Smith is constantly getting hounded about this book ban, and it's not even a book ban. Our premier is trying to get pornographic images out of the eyes of our children in the public schools. She's trying to get pornography out of schools. And the teachers' union is denying her this by playing games that they don't understand or they can't interpret the bill, the law that she passed. So instead, they're trying to make headlines to just throw classic works of art, old literature in with it. And these are our top tier educators playing dumb, or they are dumb. So now Danielle Smith is forced to revamp it so it's words that they can understand. So it literally says, get pornographic images out of the child's library in public schools, and leave classic works of art. Leave the classic literature. That's where we're at. It's unreal what's going on right now. I will keep you updated with as much as I can when I can. All of you out there, like, share, and take care.